Part 118. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1184. Qin Chen didn't think any beast dared to lay eggs on his site. But this egg cannot come out of nowhere. Before he reached sleep, Yanj was still discussing with him whether it was a viviparous or an egg. Naturally, he linked the egg to Yanj's belly. Of course, the most important thing is that the taste of this egg is too similar to that of Yanj. Yanji looked at Qin Chen's expression, and reached out to grab the eggs. Qin Chen saw that Yanj was coming to grab the eggs. Although he took a step back, his tail rolled up, setting off Yanj's pajamas. Yanj's swollen belly, now obviously stunned, flat and frank, can't even see a little bulging. Even Qin Chen has guessed the truth. But at this moment I still can't believe it. His daughter-in-law had an egg? Is his cub an egg? How could it be an egg? How could he have no influence on what he was like? Then the question comes. Is this egg eaten or hatched now? Qin Chen frowned slightly, deep in thought. Yanji could not grab Qin Chen, and when he saw his expression again, she knew that the egg in her mouth was about to fly, and she was stunned. Return the egg to me, you don't want to eat it, I eat it. Qin Chen also wanted to eat. He is much more greedy than Yanj. The smell of the egg on his hand was his favorite. He almost drooled. But now the egg in his hand may be his cub, and he can't even lick his mouth even if he is greedy. After all, daughter-in-law and cubs are inedible areas. He wrapped his tail around his daughter-in-law and held him in his arms. The egg in his hand was curled up by his tail and kept a distance from his daughter-in-law. After rubbing Yanj's hair, Qin Chen said, "Can't eat, this is our cub." After a pause, he asked, "Don't you have pain when you were born? Why didn't you call me when you were born?" Song of Yan, what kind of pain? She just wanted to shit. Can she say that she thought she had a super invincible poop? This is really a flavorful egg. The point is, even if she doesn't hate this egg now, this egg won't get into her mouth. Qin Chen's stubbornness, she deeply understands. The egg that flew to the mouth flew. Yanji flattened his mouth and said anxiously, "What can I do if it hurts, and it's no use calling you?" Qin Chen's forehead arrived on her forehead, hard wife-in-law. Yanji rolled his eyes, "If you think I'm working hard, fry the eggs for me." Qin Chen smiled helplessly, "That's our two cubs. They can't eat." Yanj muttered in a low voice, "It just fell into the toilet. Maybe it was damaged. It is impossible to hatch any cubs. How good it is while it is freshly fried." Qin Chen, "Did it fall into the toilet?" Words of song. Qin Chen, "It's really a naughty cub." He tightened his words, "It's too hard to lay eggs, and I'll leave it to me to hatch them later." Words of song. She's pretty sure this guy was afraid she would eat the egg to say such a thing. So playing this night, Yanj returned to her crib to sleep. The original Qin Chen nest pressed into a ball and pressed the egg against the softest belly of his skin. Yanj can't sleep. Only after knowing it later, did he come to eat his own cub. Ashamed, why isn't her gluttony getting lower and lower? She rolled over and over on the small bed several times and couldn't sleep. She simply rolled over and climbed onto the big bed and climbed on Qin Chen's body, holding Qin Chen's head. "Will you fall asleep later? Crush the eggs?" After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1185. Qin Chen was also worried about this problem. The egg was too fragile and his own body was huge. "I was afraid that the egg would be crushed if I accidentally pressed it." However, after hearing Song Ji asking him that way, he immediately calmed her, "It's okay, nothing will happen. The softest part of my stomach is the pressure, it won't break it." Yanj, does it need constant temperature for incubating eggs? Hairy chickens and ducks are good for incubating eggs. You don't even have hair on your body, can you hatch the cubs? Qin Chen, this is a problem. For the first time, he was still an egg's father, and he was quite ignorant. Being reminded by Yanj immediately felt that Yanj was very reasonable. His eyes fell on Yanji's black soft hair. One person and one beast, only the words have hair on their heads. But this seems to be a little bit. Qin Chen remembered that Yanj had hair somewhere, but it had less hair. I do not know if it's enough to hatch eggs. Yanji was horrified by his gaze, and said subconsciously, I have no hair, I can't hatch. Since her daughter-in-law wanted to stir up the cub, Qin Chen dared to hatch her. Tomorrow I'll go out and get some hair back, Qin Chen said solemnly, you can rest assured that I will definitely hatch the cubs. Yanj rubbed his head, well. After a pause, he said, Dad, Qin worked hard. She had such a sweet voice, mainly because she was guilty of having just eaten the egg. From the beginning of the night, Qin Chen became a thorough beast. It's the kind of dwelling on a bed. Not to mention the soft fluff on his bed, he even put on a fluffy suit on his belly. He didn't even eat meals, and every day he seriously climbed there and hatched eggs. Yanj lays eggs and has little interest in food. Every day, I boiled some porridge to drink, and then nested on the second floor with Qin Chen to study the skills of hatching eggs on the book. One person, one beast is a topic that has no nutritional content and can be said all day long. There may be twins in one egg, Yanj said. If two hatch out then, you have to think about two names. Qin Chen, big eggs, 2 eggs, if there is a third child, then 3 eggs are fine. Yanji stared at the guy like a geek, how did you come up with this name? Such a name is how much hatred he has against his own cub. Qin Chen, I didn't think so much. They are egg yolks, so they are good. Yanj, what if it's a girl? Qin Chen, there are no restrictions on the names of men and women. Girls can also be called eggs. Words of song. She wants to hatch a male, and she recognizes the name. She wants to hatch a female, and she is firmly opposed to this kind of egg name. I don't know what to feed after hatching, Yanji sighed sadly again, I didn't milk, the two of us have different dietary habits, and the cub doesn't know who it will be. Qin Chen also thought sadly, he had a hunch from the blood. It feels that if this cub is hatched, he probably wants to eat the most. Otherwise, I'll buy some milk powder. Yanj held the mobile phone and started online shopping. Maybe it will be the same as a human baby when it hatches, and only drink milk powder. It's all eggs. How could it be hatched like a human child? Qin Chen laughed in his heart, but didn't refute his silly daughter-in-law, oh well. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1186. Yanj's door to online shopping opened, so began to buy every day to buy. Probably some time ago, he always bleeds blood, and Qin Chen's physique declines, so he has been relaxed recently, and he has always been in a sleepy state. When he was sticking to the song could not wait away from this guy. But now he no longer talks about reason songs. Instead, word songs lie on him every day, spreading out in a comfortable place by himself, buying and buying when he is bored, and holding the big guy to sleep when he sleeps. One person, one beast, and one egg spent the whole winter in bed. When spring came, the egg finally reacted. At first, it will move. Roll from time to time. This kind of small reaction made Yanj and Qin Chen surprised, but one person and one beastly eye followed the dynamic of the little guy every day. The little guy doesn't move much and seems to prefer rolling towards Qin Chen's place. The mood of this remark is sour and complicated. This egg may not have its own memory, she always remembers what she wants to eat it. After the egg rolled for a few days, No new skills were available. Yan Ji and Qin Chen watched it rolling around on the bed every day and gradually got used to it. Yanj, it won't just roll all the way like this. Is it just a simple egg that will roll, and no cubs will hatch in it? Qin Chen responded with some uncertainty, it should come out when it breaks the eggshell. Yanj doubts this. One night, the sleeping song suddenly heard a growl. This is Qin Chen's voice, and it sounds terrible. Yan Ji jumped up from the bed in shock, and saw Qin Chen's tail flutter. Something was thrown out of Qin Chen's tail through the window. Faintly heard a loud bang. Before the word song had time to respond, Qin Chen's tail was slammed again, and the second loud noise came from the window again. What did this guy throw away? The sleepy words rubbed his eyes, and Qin Chen's tail wrapped around her, pulling her into her arms. Yanj stunned his chest. What just happened? She was terrible listening to this guy. Qin Chen's tail fluttered and fluffed her head. It's all right. Since having a cub, one person and one beast have not done intimate things for a long time. Qin Chen held the little daughter-in-law in her arms. Although her abdomen was very painful, her body was about to move now. Yanj, ignorance, what did you just throw out the window? The glass windows were smashed through a super big hole, and when you heard the loud noise just now, you can know that this guy has just made a great effort. She really hasn't seen Qin Chen in such furious times. Qin Chen, it's nothing, it's our cub. Yan Ji thought he heard it wrong. What? She bent over to find the egg under his belly. She didn't believe Qin Chen would throw the egg out. After all, the degree of this guy's baby's egg almost made her envious and jealous. Zhu, Qin Chen said, the pit is broken, I threw them all out. This short sentence contains too much information. First of all, they are. Secondly, the pit was broken. Of course, the main thing is that Qin Chen threw the cub. Throw it, throw it, throw it. After so long incubating, he finally had to wait until the shell was broken. Why did he throw the cub? Yan Ji did not touch the egg, but she touched the wet and greasy liquid. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1187. Yan Ji looked down subconsciously, his hands were red, and the liquid turned out to be blood. What happened? Yan Gian could not even speak for a moment, staring at Qin Chen. It wasn't the cub's blood. The place she had just touched was Qin Chen's soft belly, where the flesh was dripping. This is Qin Chen's blood. Why was Qin Chen injured? No wonder he just roared so loudly. If it was such a beast like him, it wouldn't make a sound. Qin Chen was afraid of Yanj's anxiety, and said quickly, it's my blood, but I'll be fine. The two bear cubs secretly choked my flesh after eating the shell. Fortunately, I realized early and rest assured that I'm fine. He still gritted his teeth while talking, seemingly helpless to the actions of the two bear cubs. Words of song. Rub, are the two cubs puppet? This is my dad. Yanj feels that his three perceptions have been subverted again. However, it was learned that Qin Chen would be fine. Yan Ji's accelerated heartbeat slowed down afterwards, and he got up quickly. The wound needs to be cleaned. I will go downstairs to get the medical box. No, it's just a small wound, nothing will happen. Qin Chen took hold of the song, and became a person in the next moment. Little song, you won't have anything to do with me. Although he said so in his mouth, his tail had torn Yanj's clothes, and his hands had touched Yanj's already empty chest. Yan Ji looked down at his wound. The wounded part of this guy is in the abdomen. After turning into an adult form, his wound does not look too stingy, but the blood is dripping, which is obviously not suitable for strenuous exercise. Yanj pushed him, you're going to heal first, I'll go out and see if the two cubs have been smashed into a meat pie. The big slap egg brood two little cubs, and surely the little ones didn't even have fists. They had just been thrown out so hard by Qin Chen, and they didn't know if they would break their arms and legs. Where would Qin Chen let her leave? Her tail curled tightly around Yan's waist, and her hand drew towards the sensitive place of Yang. They will be fine, little song, I need you. Yang is also prolonged to dryness, and the heart beaten by the sky gradually softens. But one person and one beast had not yet begun to siege into the pool, and suddenly heard the sound of sasso from the window. Yan Ji immediately sobered from the gentle village, with a look of caution. What voice? What else can there be? It must be that the two little beasts are addicted to eating laozi and want to take a sip, but Qin Chen puts it in his eyes and pecks his lips. It's all right, there is me, don't be afraid of the small song, there is me. Words, but it's nothing, but Qin Chen has embraced her. There was another click at the window. The glass on the ground seemed to be shoved and shrieked at this time. Yan Ji wanted to turn her head to see, and Qin Chen's big hand supported her head, not giving her the opportunity to turn her head. The creak sounded again at this time. The voice was very small and weak, but it sounded particularly cruel. Just waiting for the words to listen carefully, Qin Chen's tail fluttered. Beep and beep made two loud noises, and those sounds finally disappeared. Words of song. But it didn't take long for the sound to sound again from near to far. When the sound finally came closer, two loud noises calmed everything down. Yang doesn't need to guess and know what happened. She was helpless and curious. Rather, I wanted to see what the two bear cubs born of them looked like. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1188. Qin Chen has accumulated energy for a long time, and is violently tossing words, not giving her a little chance of distraction. One person and one beast tossed until dawn, and then ceased. Yan Ji was tossed and weak, and her legs were shaking. Where can I still pay attention to the cub? I fell into a lethargy during Qin Chen's caress. But remembering the two cubs, Yan Ji woke up before he slept. She was wrapped in her arms by Qin Chen's tail. Qin Chen had already shown her original shape. When she woke up, Qin Chen was using her claws to punch a small black slap with a big palm out of the window. Extremely accurate, it's almost like playing. Yan Ji heard Qin Chen blew air after hitting the black spot. She turned her head, and her eyes just happened to fall on Qin Chen's palm, which seemed to have been bitten by something. Very clear blood-red tooth marks, a lot of dense teeth marks, obviously bite more than once. But the meat on the palm did not bite off. After seeing Yang, Qin Chen explained, the little guy's teeth are too weak to bite my flesh. He was all over his body, the softest and weakest part of his belly. The song said The beast, Nima, is really cruel. It's still their plants, so there will be no such thing as father and son loving each other. As soon as she got up, she saw a little black beast crawling in from the broken hole in the window, shaking towards Qin Chen and her. This little guy is too small, just like a little mouse. No, it's smaller than a mouse. Although it's black, it's strange to look cute. Eyes are round and big, not to mention, the small mouth and nose look really cute. Walking was obviously not stable. Even if I was walking on all fours, but my small legs were short and weak, I fell down after a few walks, stood up, adjusted my direction, and continued to come to the position of Qin Chen and Yang. This small appearance, just like a little mouse who drank, the drunken man turned upside down. Words of song. The little guy looks a little different from what she thinks. Qin Chen is not a black egg, why is this little guy so dark? And Qin Chen's animal shape has only a hard shell and no hair, but the little guy is fluffy. Although the hair is very loose, it is obviously not like Qin Chen's skin. If it wasn't for the egg that popped out of his stomach, Yan Ji had a little doubt whether the cub was born of Qin Chen. After all, it looks different from Qin Chen. Yanj dragged Qin Chen's ears a bit uncertainly. Do you think this is really your cub? The little cub was near the bed while talking, and the four short legs were very hard tossing and trying to climb to bed. After finally catching the bed with his claws, he went down to the bed, and the cub went straight to Qin Chen's belly. That speed was so old that it didn't look anything like just walking on the ground. Even the small mouth was narrowed, revealing the sharp four front teeth. That tooth is really sharp, just like a small bayonet. Perhaps it is sharper than a bayonet. After all, Qin Chen has a thick flesh, not to mention Yanj's teeth, and the knife does not necessarily have marks on him. But this little guy's teeth can leave blood marks on Qin Chen's body. The little guy was particularly fast after climbing into bed, and Yan Ji even felt that he had no time to react, only secretly sweating for Qin Chen. After all, it was his father. Qin Chen's tail was faster than that of Zuzi. Before Zuzi approached him, he swept his tail and accurately cast the cub again from the hole in the glass. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1189. With a loud bang, Yan Ji felt his heart tremble with it. Qin Chen filmed like this for one night, completely accustomed to the state, and echoed the song like no one else. This must be my cub, I hatched it. If you want to stay on weekdays, Yanj will definitely make a joke, and the one that hatched may not be her own cub, but now, she is not in that mood. Because she noticed, the second one climbed up the glass again. This cub is not the same color as the one just before. It is all green, or the green of the leaves. Except for the two round eyes, which are black, the whole body is green. In this color, Yan Ji feels his own life at first glance. Her eyes lit up. How come the color of this eggshell is different? This green must have inherited her genes. Qin Chen didn't bother to tilt his head to look. He stroked the long song of Yanj and said, these two cubs will change color, and black and green will change at will. Words, great. Qin Chen, don't get near them, the little guy's teeth are sharp, and his finger will fall off with a bite. Yan Ji watched the wound on Qin Chen's abdomen, and was very vigilant against these two cubs. It was Qin Chen who had lost her eggs. If it was her, it was estimated that there would not be any bones left behind. So there was no dissatisfaction when hearing the words, and she kept staring at the little green cub who had climbed to the bed. She asked Qin Chen curiously, do you know whether these two cubs are female or male? Qin Chen, one female and one male. Yanj, I'm kind of born. This is the legendary dragon and phoenix. It's a rare one in 100 years. I'm really amazing. Qin Chen flicked his tail and threw the little green cub climbing onto the bed out of the window. He looked at his little daughter-in-law softly, well, Xioj is very good. He fell into words and turned into a human figure, trying to pull the words back on him. Words, I'm hungry. Well, although Qin Chen was a little bit lost, she still felt that it was a big deal for her daughter-in-law to eat. He held Yanj and went downstairs. Yanj, our bedroom is on the second floor. How did these two little cubs climb up from the outer wall? After all, the exterior walls are all slippery gold, but not rough. The two little cubs can't walk securely, how can they climb so high? Qin Chen kissed Yanj's cheek and said, they have inherited your genes. Those hairs on their bodies will become rhizomes and stick to the walls. Yan Song? What is her gene? Rhizome. Well, isn't she human in this plane? She's really a fairy, and she's also a tree demon? Yan Ji stared at Qin Chen, do you know what kind of monster I am? Qin Chen was confused when he saw Yanj, thinking that his little daughter-in-law might not be able to know it until now. He laughed lowly, tossing the song high and holding it, in the voice singing exclamation Yan Yan's tender face. You are a tree demon. Qin Chen said, I thought you were a beast. I saw the abilities of the little ones last night, and you should be a tree demon. That's why she doesn't like to eat monsters, and even less like human food, so she can only drink a thin soup. Yan Ji's eyes widened, and she looked at Qin Chen in disbelief. Because of this, do you think I'm a tree demon? She didn't even think she was a tree demon. Qin Chen paused, his face suddenly flushed. I had a dream, and in the dream you are a tree demon. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1190. Qin Chen's dream is quite that. In the dream, he didn't seize the opportunity to crack with his wife, but instead rushed to poke the wife, and the kind of puppet leaves no leaves. He said this dream just guilty. Fortunately, the daughter-in-law did not question the details in the dream, which made him relieved. Words, oh. It turned out that the lover in his dream was a tree demon. Why does this guy want to combine with the tree demon to have a baby? The race is different, the generation gap is too big, and the combination is too tired. This guy's brain circuit is really strange. Yanj accepted Qin Chen's statement. She immediately thought that if she was a tree demon in this plane, her cub and Qin Chen would be the product of the combination of plants and animals. She remembered that she seemed to have discussed the issue with the chicks. I was curious about what this tree and animals would give birth to. Unexpectedly, in such a brain-hole world, she actually realized the curiosity with the chickens. No, she will have to observe the two cubs for a while. This is a combination of plants and animals, a new creature. Speaking of which, the perseverance of the two little cubs really looks like they're plants. Fantastic. When Qin Chen came out, Yanj didn't need to cook by herself. She was held in her arms by Qin Chen. It takes time to boil rice porridge, so after Qin Chen puts the rice into the pot, he sits on the sofa and watches TV with Yanj. It's been a long time since he saw his animal world. I miss it too much. Of course, I mainly miss the kind of harmonious society I did with my little daughter-in-law in the background of the animal world. Yanj has no interest in the animal world. I don't know what's so nice about this, it might as well look at the flowers and plants. Because of this, when the staircase rang, she heard it for the first time, resting her head on Qin Chen's shoulder, and she curiously watched the two little cubs rolling down the staircase one after another. The ball rolls like a small ball. The stairs are too wide. When it can't move, the cub will automatically roll twice to help. It makes me laugh. In fact, Yan Ji really laughed, frowning at the two seemingly harmless, stupid, and cute little guys. Although I really want to hold the two little guys in my arms and rub them. But between the cruelty of these two guys, the idea of Yanj is just a thought in his heart. She didn't have the courage to hug her. The two little cubs rolled down the stairs, and shook to the feet of Qin Chen, a foot that occupied Qin Chen, standing on top of Qin Chen's big feet, his head high, slick eyes seemed to be watching the TV. But Yanj found that the little paws of the two little guys had been scratching Qin Chen's feet. About to want to tear Qin Chen's strong skin. Qin Chen was annoyed by being scratched, and lifted his feet one by one to hold the little guy far away. Anyway, I didn't squeeze out the window again. Seeing this, Father Qin from home has a sense of size. The two little guys rolled far away, stunned, and turned around, and turned their heads to Qin Chen, leaning back steadily. Yanj, are they hungry? Greedy Qin Chen said, I ate eggshells and ate so much flesh. I can't go hungry. Yanj suddenly remembered the pile of milk powder he had stored. Do you say they drink milk powder? How could a carnivore drink human milk? After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1191. Qin Chen didn't want to attack the curiosity of his little daughter-in-law. Anyway, The two cubs were two bears, and he didn't mind his wife-in-law experimenting with the cub as a mouse. Yan Song's eyes lit up. This is really a good suggestion. The baby bottle was also prepared originally, but the Song felt that the cruel teeth of these two little guys might have eaten the milk bottle by biting it before they drank it. So she simply mixed the milk powder in a small basin, and then placed the small basin at Qin Chen's feet. She did not dare to grab the cubs with her hands, but could only encourage Qin Chen, pinch their necks and put their mouths in the basin to try. I haven't finished talking, because one of the cubs thumped and fell into the milk powder bowl, and at the beginning he squeaked in a panic. After calling for a few times, it seemed that the milk basin was quite fun, and the belly was dancing up and down and swimming around in the milk basin. The other one couldn't fall in, and could only squeak outside the milk basin with an envious look and anxiously turn around. Words of song. Okay, still just a little cub who likes swimming. The little boy was swimming, and suddenly he rolled over and crawled in the milk basin again, his little mouth slumped, and he drank all the milk. Ah, this is your bath water. The little guy rolled outside all night, how dirty he was. The words are half speechless. However, anyway, I know, Zizi drinks milk powder. This is a good start. Drinking milk powder means that these two guys should not be hungry anymore, and they shouldn't have to bother with their Qin beast father again. Qin Chen gave them another pot. The little swimmer probably thought it was delicious. He didn't wait for his brother to come over and drank it again. This time I was drinking a bit full. The belly was very large. It was lying on the bottom of the pelvis, and the limbs and head were originally small. Now it was almost lined by the big belly. Yan Ji laughed. Qin Chen lifted the cub and tossed it aside, and made another pot, then threw the other cub into the pot. This guy can't swim this time, and after pouring in the milk for a while, in order to prevent himself from drowning, let's drink the milk. After the two cubs drank the milk, each of them was lying on Qin Chen's instep with a round belly, while staring at the TV, while still not forgetting to rub Qin Chen's feet and rub teeth. Yanj, are your feet clean? Qin Chen, it's cleaner than their mouths. Yeah, these two guys are drinking their own bath water. Yanj sighed. She read a lot of baby-raising books when she was pregnant, but now she feels that those books can't be used for her two babies. Do you know which of them is the big egg and which is the second egg? Because of the brutality of these two guys, Yanj doesn't plan to protest Qin Chen's name anymore. Qin Chen, the one who swims is the big egg. The one who eats less is the second egg. The big egg is female and the second egg is male. Words of song, big eggs are obviously more ferocious than eggs. It didn't take long for the two cubs to grind their teeth before falling asleep. Rolling down from Qin Chen's insteps, but when he fell asleep, his mouth couldn't bear to leave Qin Chen's feet. Qin Chen bent down, held both guys in his hands, and said to Yanj, touch it. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1192. Qin Chen clearly did not intend to hand the cub to Yanj. Maybe I was afraid that the cub would suddenly wake up and bite on Yanj. The Yan singer touched it, and the hairs of the two cubs were very soft. The thought of Qin Chen saying that the hairs of the cubs could turn into rhizomes, she felt very strange, and touched it again and again. Which day do you say they will become a tree? Qin Chen felt that the possibility of turning into a tree was not very high, but she would never hit her daughter-in-law because of this kind of thing. It should. Yanj laughed happily. I will become a tree to accompany them then. How can a daughter-in-law who is a tree hug her dear? Qin Chen, you still forget, they don't need you, I need you. The little guy slept sluggishly, rolling and rolling in the palm of Qin Chen, each holding a finger of Qin Chen. Although his eyes were still closed, sharp teeth were exposed, and he bit it up with a sigh. Qin Chen's fingers bited dead. Words of song, she had wanted to hug the little guy, and she completely lost her mind. The porridge was cooked soon, and Yanj was hungry, so when Qin Chen held the two guys on the sofa and saw the animal world, Yanj was sitting at the table drinking spoonful of porridge. After drinking for a while, he turned to look at Qin Chen and the two cubs in the palm of his hand. The two little cubs didn't forget the clattering molars in their sleep, and the bulging belly was big and round, just like two little balls. It's weird. Why did she give birth to these two little things? I dare not imagine. What's more fortunate for her is that she doesn't seem to have such a situation as a human girl. This mom is a bit too easy. Did not even use a cesarean section. Yanj ate, walked to Qin Chen, and bent over to see the two little cubs. Will they eat like this in the future? It's not good to see what to eat. How can she build a mother-child relationship with the cubs in the future? Of course, the most important thing is that in the human world, what do you see when a cub sees you? That really is a scourge on earth. No, Qin Chen didn't quite understand the fear of singing songs. After all, even if he was a tall beast, he would starve to death without food, and would not eat humans, especially dirty bodies. So he didn't worry about his cubs going to eat people. Zuzu really wants to eat, indicating that it is not his baby. Although the world is not as rich in food as before, they don't have much food to choose from, and they may grow slowly. As an animal, early childhood is the weakest and easiest stage to hang up, so Qin Chen is so worried. Yanj, they won't eat people after they go out, right? Qin Chen looked at his wife with a big brain in wonder. Humans are not delicious at all, they are particularly dirty, and they also cause causality. Only beasts who do know how to eat can eat people. If we are like this, we are hungry, they do eat humans. Yanj finally breathed a sigh of relief. Qin Chen, daughter, people are really not delicious. Extremely solemn. It's as if you want to eat people. Yan Ji pouted and laughed, and stretched out his fingers to poke the little guy in his hand. I can't eat people, I'm a plant. You say that the two of them are so small, they grow up like a monkey. Qin Chen was relieved to learn that his wife had no intention of eating. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1193. Some time ago, Qin Chen was impressed by her wife's ruthless meals, and naturally she forgot that her wife could eat, so she drank some porridge. Yan Ji's fingers hadn't touched the little guy's head yet. The little guy, who was sleeping sideways, suddenly turned over and turned his stomach upwards, hummed a few twists, and a thin plume of water rose and fell. Yan Ji took a step back in time, and the small water column was thin and weak. Although there was no stamina, Qin Chen sprayed it. Yanj, ashamed, is this guy peeing? Obviously. Qin Chen was dark-faced, and just raised his hand to touch his chin. The other cub in the palm of his hand also hummed and began to twist. Qin Chen had already taken precautions and immediately leaned back to keep a distance. But even so, he could not escape the water stains on his hands, and Yan Ji looked at him with sympathy. Go wash your hands, I will continue to eat. Qin Chen, oh. He heard a small, almost inaudible stinking sound, which didn't sound like an illusion. And immediately he smelled a stinky smell. Qin Chen had a bad feeling. This premonition came true immediately. Before he ran to the bathroom upstairs, the two cubs collapsed in the sound of fart. All fell into his hands. Qin Chen froze and turned to look at Yan Ji. Yanj sat at the table with his back to him, still drinking congee. Qin Chen's lips moved, and in the end he said nothing and rushed to the bathroom. When Qin Chen came downstairs, Yanj had finished his porridge. When she saw Qin Chen rubbing cleanly on the stairs, she asked curiously, how do you drag the stairs? Are you cleaning today? Qin Chen shook her head, I'll clean here. You sit on the couch, and I'll be fine right away. Words, oh. Sure enough, Qin Chen didn't clean up, he just cleaned the stairs. After taking a bath, he sat refreshingly next to Yanj, holding his arms in his arms, seeing Yanj looking at the animal world, guessing that Yanj, like him, was physically thirsty for a long time. What did he want? So almost can't wait to take off the small skirt of the words. The little skirt got stuck because of too much movement when she pulled down from her head. Of course, it is also possible that Yanj's head became too big when she ate too much during pregnancy. Yanji's entire side was covered by the skirt, and she was scared. Qin Chen, what are you doing? Mom spent all night last night. He wasn't afraid to grind it into a enoki mushroom. She was also afraid of getting scarred. Qin Chen blocked Yanji's attempt to tear the skirt off his head, and he suddenly felt that it seemed quite sensational. He lowered his lips to the little mouth that only appeared on her head, and he blocked all her dissatisfaction and protest. Just when Qin Chen was so anxious, a creak humming sounded. He threw the two cubs onto the second-floor bed. He thought that the two guys should have enough food and drink to sleep tomorrow. As a result, when I looked up, I saw the two little guys rolling down on the stairs. Even though Qin Chen had thick animal skins and thicker skins, at this moment he could not expose his little daughter-in-law in front of the two cubs. So he tore off the daughter-in-law's skirt. Yanj was previously pressed by his beast tail and could not resist. As soon as he was released, he did not consider what Qin Chen had loosened her, but slapped his face on Qin Chen's face, gritted his teeth, asshole.